briefly some of the new equipment for the studio. And please know, we're not going to show you all of the equipment. A lot of it has already been used in the original studio productions, so we're not going to be focusing on the older gear. We're going to be focusing on, in other words, we're not going to be talking about the analog to digital. We're just going to talk about the studio, i.e. the input stage. And that way you can see how we're actually able to improve the video qualities quite a bit. For this, I have set up the studio like we have been using it for the last few shows, so you can see how it's done. And because I know some of you like this stuff, please note, if you're not technically minded, this probably will bore you to tears. If you are technically minded, you might find this a little wanting on details, because I'm trying to kind of find a happy balance and try to keep it short enough that everybody will enjoy it. So let's get started. We're going to start with the most obvious thing, the input stage. Now there's two parts we're going to focus on. The first is obviously the video input, and then we'll talk about the audio, because the video and audio in my system are set up separately. They're not interconnected at all. There's no microphone on the camera, and there is no it remains separate all the way up until the digitization phase. So let's get started here. Okay, this is the camera. It looks familiar, isn't it? Yeah, it's the same old camera with a couple differences. Here's the first one. We have all these items, by the way, have been reviewed on unboxings and things like that. So this is not necessarily very new, and it looks like this camera is a little dirty, but oh well. Okay, so let me explain what we've done differently here. That's the viewfinder right there. Okay. And I know it's hard to see it because it's because the way the iPhone is processing the video, it looks kind of crappy. It's really not that bad. This camera here is the same as you know before. We have the same touch controls, the BNC connector coming in, the 12 volts DC with a PTO connection to the camera. As I said, this is an LCD monitor. We bought the 3.5 inch monitor. Yes, we did stick it to the camera. It's a little wider than the base, but okay, it's still pretty good. Now, obviously, for focusing, I found out that the thing with this monitor is when the picture's really extra sharp, it looks kind of weird. In other words, when it's at its worst, it's actually when it's at its best. Alright, so let's go ahead now to what are we focusing on? Well, this, I'll get to adjust now light here. There we go. This here is a color test card right here. And you can see now also how my iPhone can also be tested by the same card. And you'll see that the iPhone is pretty consistent on the light colors. On the dark, it's a little bit off. Probably because, again, the lighting is a little bit kind of not really optimized for this phone. But so that's the input stage. Now, let's talk about the audio input stage. Now, we're going to sit down here because there's actually two parts to this. Now, you see I have two microphones here, okay? See if we can try to get this light here. Okay, the first one is the standard SM57 Shure microphone, and it's connected by an XLR cable, a cheap Chinese stand. The other one is the rebuilt Pile PD mic, and these two are connected into the MC. I call this the M68 MC, not because to distinguish the fact that this has male connectors instead of the standard females for microphones, which kind of confuses a lot of people. Now, when I'm doing a video, sometimes I need to hear how I'm coming in. So they have these headphones which are connected into the main mixer. In other words, there's like two mixers. The other mixer is the old SSM 1250. I am going to show that briefly because of the fact it's now hooked up the way it used to be. So we're going to show you that briefly in a little bit. Let me show you one more piece of gear. We have a phone here. When we did the teleconference with Edward Michno, we used this phone, speakerphone. We did not add any kind of phone patch or nothing. This thing, along with the SM57, is loud enough to hear the phone conversation. As I put this in my ears, and I can show you. Okay, here we go. Now, you probably can hear that, my volume there. Okay. Okay, so that's the phone. Okay, so everything goes in, all the audio goes in. It's individually adjusted. So, for example, you'll notice, if I bring this thing closer here, you'll see that switch 1, which is the SM57 is on 5, and the PD mic is on 0. Normally, I only need one microphone at a time unless I have a guest. So if I have a guest, I can turn that other microphone to whatever volume it needs to provide consistent sound input. We also have, of course, control for an external audio source, such as a CD, or we even plugged in a turntable for testing, and it does work. Without the proper equalization, it sounds a little bit funny, but it plays okay. So that's what we do. People actually wonder what the back looks like. Okay, just really quick here. Here we have this cable here is using the standard unbalanced, and that's going out to the SSM 1250. You have the two microphone connections here. They're both set for low impedance, balanced. The audio cable here is connecting into connection 3 of the mixer control, and so this is how it's set here, and this is the cable that goes to the microphone and the stand. This is really a long cord. This is perfect for this because it's nice, it's long, it's hunky heavy, and it works good. So that's basically all it is. It's not much. But by changing the video to progressive scan input and by using the color test card, we were able to seriously improve the video by a factor of 50%. That's a pretty big improvement, and that is how we do our videos here at North American Snow Queen Palace. That's how we do it. By the way, who is Pink Rose? You wonder. Well, Pink Rose stands for Pink Rose Communications, or PRC, which is actually the name of my radio station, my Part 15 AM radio station. So every time I do a video, it goes out on the radio as well. Faux pas, screw-ups, and bloopers included. Ouch. So that's the way we do it. And obviously, one thing I didn't show you real quick, I'm going to show it to you really quick, as I don't want to take too much longer, is you will see we have the green screen on the back, and this is how we have added the scenery of the Ice Hotel. And then we had her scene with the autumn leaves, and then there's a stereo over there. It works. I just don't really have a use for it. Just wanted to put it somewhere and keep it neat and tidy. And I tried to clean the floor because the cats are shedding, and this place is pretty old. And I got a potential roommate, so I have to give her some. Hopefully, she will be more than interested. I don't know how that's gonna work. Just hope it works out and stuff like that. So that's it, guys. I hope that'll give you an idea how we do videos here at the North American Snow Queen Palace. And please don't forget to like, or if you really don't like it, dislike. But if you do or don't like it, please comment in the area below. Let me know why. And of course, share it with your friends and enemies, especially the people who are interested in videos and how to produce them and things like that. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. And that way you always will be kept abreast of anything new that's going on. Okay? Bye-bye, guys.